Language is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
Welcome to the Dating Advice Hour with your hosts, Mr. Locario and Steve the Dean Williams. This show will teach you how to keep conversations going, how to be more attractive, more confident, more masculine, how to be better at knowing what to say to a woman, and have a more satisfied dating and sex life. Mr. Locario is the bad boy of the dating game. Badboymembership.com is where you can go to step up your game, as Mr. Locario provides you with detailed step-by-step dating advice, audio, video tutorials every month. Steve the Dean Williams has been teaching men about dating, sex, and manhood for over 25 years. From building yourself to having the perfect marriage. His website is www.themanmindset.com. The call-in number is 515-605-9373. That's 515-605-9373. Take it away, guys.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? www.themanmindset.com. This is your boy, the Dean. What's going on, everybody? It's Friday. What's up? What's good? What's Lucario? How you doing, man?
I'm good. I'm chilling. What's going on with you, man?
What's going on with me? A lot of things are going on with me, but it's not about what's going on with me or you. It's what's going on with them out there. Guys, y'all want to call in? The number is 515-605-9373. That's 515-605-9373. Press 1, and we'd love to have you in. We're here to read emails. Miss Lucario's here for 1 hour, and then I will take it by myself the second hour. Man, so how's your weekend, Mr. Lucario? What you getting into this weekend, man?
It's good, man. Getting into a lot of shit, man. I'm trying to figure it out because there's like too many things going on at once, so I got to choose, you know? So that's how it goes, you know what I'm saying? That's how it goes. But, you know, it's all good.
Yeah, well, I'm in.
All good.
Yeah, I'm in all day, all weekend long. Not doing anything. Just chilling. So, all right, well, we got these emails. Let's get in these emails, man. You're going to go first. But anyway, first I want to say what's up to the chat room, everybody. What's going on, everybody out there in the chat room? Just want to say what's up to everybody out there that's out there listening. We getting everything rolling, got everything going. And again, if y'all want to call in, 515-605-9373 is the number. And we can get it going. But Ms. Lucario, why don't you go ahead and kick it off and start it off first, big dog?
All right, cool. So this one right here, it says, it's a short one. It says, I want to learn the best way to have women come back to my place just for sex. And I need some game on keeping women interested over text. All right, so what's your
that's a two-part question. Wait, let me get this straight. He wants to know he wants to know the best way to get a woman over his house for sex. And then what was the other question?
Right. The other one was he wants to know how to keep the game going over text. How to keep the woman interested over text, like text messages.
Let's do that. Let me go with the first one first. Here's your problem. There's no The only way you can keep a woman interested in having sex with you in the beginning is you have to be an interesting kind of person up front. A lot of guys are not interesting enough when it comes to these women to think that I don't know why they think it's porn. They think that they can just walk up to a woman and say something to her. The music start playing and she's sleeping with her. Women are not like that. Women are not going to sleep with you right off the bat just because you're smooth or anything like that. Come on, man. Come on. Yeah, so, I mean, what's your take, man? What's your take, Ms. Lucario?
No, I totally agree. I actually did a video about that the other day because a lot of guys, they be hitting me up and they're like, yo, you know, how do I get a girl to, you know, just have sex with me, I get those questions all the time. And I say, you know, if you want to have a lot of sex, you got to really prepare and orchestrate that situation. You know what I'm saying? It's almost the same question of asking, you know, how do I make a lot of money and blah, blah, blah. It's like, okay, yeah, you could do that. You can make a lot of money, but you got to do some things beforehand in order to get a lot of money. You feel what I'm saying? So you got to do things beforehand in order to get a lot of sex. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
go ahead.
And
this is what I was saying. you have to be experienced. You have to know what you're doing. You have to know what you're saying. You got to know about the right moments. You got to know the right approaches. You got to. There's so many little elements in between all that. For the guy to sit there and say, see, this to me is like desperate. I mean, needy. Because to me, if you're just, you just want to have sex, Rob. And again, don't get me wrong. I mean, we all guys, we all love sex, but so desperate. Come on, man. You have to act like you've been there before. And the fact that he's asking that question is telling me that he hasn't been there before. What's your take, man?
Right. Nah, and I agree with that shit. Because, the thing is this, like, if you want to have some sex, you got to basically go out there, talk to certain girls, and get them on your team, right? Once the girls are on your team, then you can call up whoever's on your team and say, yo, come through to the spot tonight, and let's get it popping. And they'll be willing to come through because you got them on a team. But first, they got to be on your team. And in order to get them on your team, you got to go out there and put in that work. Just like you were saying earlier, it's not like a porno. Like, it's not like you just walk in the room and then girls is going like, do you? You got to create the situation in order to have that team to get girls to want to have sex with you. You know what I'm saying? And I think for his and I think for the second part of the question, he was saying, like, you said, what's some game on keeping women interested over text? I would say the thing is with a lot of you guys when it comes to texting chicks, all you really need to do to text girls, or what you should be doing, and I've said this a billion times, is use text to get them out on dates or to see them. That's what you really need to use text for. You know what I mean? I think a lot of times guys, they over text and they over pursue and they do too much. And then that's the thing that kills the attraction in a lot of cases because chicks, they at the end of the day, a chick wants to sort of wonder about you. If you're mysterious, she doesn't really know too much about what's going on. It's going to make her fill in those gaps with, in her own mind in order to, she's going to try to think of you of the best type of dude that she would want to get with. Now, if you text her, hitting her up all the time, every 5 seconds, it's kind of like it's showing her too much. You're not really being that mysterious dude. Seems like you have nothing else going on but to text her. So I just say, look, save the text for setting up the date. And when you see them on a date, that's when you go in and make shit pop. You know what I mean? So, but Steve, what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, well, my thought is this. I mean, you ask guys, y'all have really, to me, I think they have like 2 routes that they can take, okay? Now, like you say, I agree with what you're saying. If they want to go the route and they want to show the woman what they're about when they meet the woman, absolutely, I totally agree. And I also think there's another route they can take. See, my thing is this. I don't want the day. Okay, let's say I meet her on like Sunday or Saturday. I speak to her on Monday and I set the date up for Friday. I mean, hypothetically. My whole thing is this.
Right.
I want to be able to communicate with her, whether it is a text or whether it's on the telephone. I don't care how we do it. But I want to get the preliminary bullshit out of the way. All the for a lot of those guys who are asking the boring questions, I want to get all that out of the way where we can start talking, especially getting her on the telephone late at night, making her play with her pussy or something like that, or just really moving it so when Friday comes, it's not you're all the way on one side of the table, I'm on the other side. We're closer, where we're rubbing, we're touching. I mean, again, there's 2 ways they can go at it. But again, which goes back to the first thing that you said, you've got to have skills because here's the thing, you cannot talk a good game and not back it up. So Ms. Lucario, even doing that second round, so doing the second thing, if they have no game or they can't back what they're doing up, then they're gonna have a problem with that woman later on, man. What's your take, Ben?
Right. No, you're right. You're right. Because the thing is, too, is like like you were saying, like if you call up a chick or text or whatever it is, and you don't know the right way to really move that situation in a certain direction. Because I personally be like, yo, save the text and just for setting shit up. Now, if you want to call it and you try to get her on that phone sex shit or to get her riled up. You know what I'm saying? You could do that too, but you got to know how to do it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So,
yeah.
so if you don't know how to do it, then that if you don't know how to do it, you just texting her, asking her random shit,
right,
and not really doing anything, or you have no direction in why you're texting her or whatever. That's gonna be a problem. You know what I'm saying? So I would say, and I think also too, like you were saying, where you texting a girl and having to play with a pussy and all that other shit. I think that's a little bit more advanced, than a lot of other guys, and for certain dudes. Like, you got to really know what you're doing in that context to really, because if you do know what you're doing, it could be beneficial. But if you don't know how to really do that, then it's going to be something that's going to not really work out for you. So I feel like with the whole thing of like this whole thing we're talking about, I think it's more so the guys need to just sort of know how to really get from point A to point B in whatever situation you're in. If you're just trying to get some chicks to come through to have sex, or you're trying to text them or whatever it is, you need to know how to get from point A to point B, and what that all entails at the end of the day. So if you're trying to get a girls to come back to your place for sex, what do you need to do within that situation in order to make that happen? The same thing for the text. What do you need to do in those situations to make that happen? So it's that, it's really about that.
Yes, no doubt. I want to ask you, I forgot. I'll be out of town Friday. So is there a way that we could do a show Thursday at 5 or 6 East, or you can't spring that?
Thursday, yeah, we should be able to do that.
Okay.
We should be able to do that.
All right, so
we'll talk about that.
We'll talk about that. But yeah, we'll keep y'all posted. But yeah, we won't be able to do anything because I'll be out of town Friday. So, but anyway, yeah. But that's a great reply, and you're absolutely right. That's what again, Miss Lucario comes down to skill. You got see, this is what these guys don't understand, that you have to be skilled in all these little things. It's not just the approach. It's not just the conversations. Mm-hmm. It's not just the texting or on the phone. It's not the dating. You got to be skilled in all these things. And for a lot of the guys, if you're so desperate to go what's between her legs, you want to fuck her like that fast, I'm telling you, Mr. Lucario, yes, or Steve the Dean Williams do want women. We love women, right? But I'm so smooth and cooler than the other side of the pillow. I'm good. I don't have to look. I'm not. Listen. The pussy's already mine in my head, Mr. Lucario. Why do I need to rush something that I already have? You know what I mean? So
right. Nah, I feel you.
Yeah, man.
I feel you, man.
All right, guys. Well, 515-605-9373 is the number. 515-605-9373 is the number. Press 1 if you have a question. If not, we will continue to read the emails. Let me go ahead and get this one up. Let me read this email for you, Miss Lucario, so you can answer first. I really can use some advice. There's this girl I've been talking to. I've dated twice, and it was a lot of fun for both of us. We have this problem that we like someone. I have this problem when I like someone, I start I start talking way too much on Facebook. For example, I keep pushing her away with what I think. Yesterday, I've been acting really crazy, and I kept talking, and I creeped her out a little bit. And I think I also repeatedly told her that I really like her and stuff like that in the past. Since yesterday night, she didn't talk to me or answer any of my messages. Let's see here. Then he says, I really don't want to lose the connection. Let's see here. Is there any way or any advice to make this right? I also bought her this stuffed bear from vacation for her, and I dropped it at her door, which I think she liked. But I need to stop giving her this much attention. I'm just really out of clues, and I don't know what to do anymore. Mr. Lucario, what do you think you should do on that one, big dog?
Man. Look. This is always a tough one for a lot of guys, because it's like you mess with a girl, and then all of a sudden it seems like she's falling back, and you're wondering what's going on. And then what happens is that you end up giving her even more attention. You know what I'm saying? Which a lot of times makes her fall back even more. You know what I mean? So the thing is that, what's hard for guys to understand is that sometimes you're going to have to fall back or either charge the girl to the game, completely. You understand what I'm saying? And what you got to do sometimes is that you got to let her know in either literally or just through your actions that you're trying to get at her, right? Then what you got to do is you have to let her, and once you know that she's not responding or whatever, or she's like being wishy-washy, whatever it is, then you got to let her know at some point that you're going to bounce based off of her not responding to you, right? So now, once you let her know that you're going to bounce, then at that point, you got to see if she's going to respond. Now, if she does respond, then you could, like, you know, keep it going or whatever. If she doesn't respond, you got to bounce, and you just got to basically be gone. You understand what I'm saying? And if you do try to contact her again, if you want to contact her again, or maybe later, you got to wait, like, maybe 4 to 5 months before you even respond to the chick again. You understand what I'm saying? Because you have to create a situation where she has to know that, yeah, I'm here right now, I'm trying to see what's up, but I'm not going to keep trying to fuck with you if you're not going to, you know, do what it is, and I'm going to be out. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be able to do that. You understand? So, like, you could text her, and then you notice that she ain't really hitting you back, and be like, listen, I hit you up twice, you know, last week. If I don't hear from you after this text, I'm going to be out. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to keep it moving. And then usually what happens is a lot of times girls, if they're feeling you, they'll respond because they don't want to have to deal with the fact that they might actually lose the whole situation. Because with women, if they see that you're texting them and hitting them up all the time, they figure, well, I'll just get back to him when I feel like it. I don't feel like talking to him now, blah, 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 blah. So, but the thing is that if there's a threat that you might leave, that might jumpstart her to actually hit you back. Now, if she doesn't hit you back, that's usually showing low interest. You feel what I'm saying? And then so that what happens is that if she's not hitting you back, that means she's showing low interest. And then when I'm saying that after that, if you say, hey, I'm going to bounce if I don't hear from you, if you don't hear from her, you don't holler at her for like a few months. You should be dating other girls, talking to other girls, whatever. And then maybe 4 or 5 months later, then you could probably just hit her up with a what's up, what's going on with you, whatever, how you been or whatever, because that's given enough time for her to do whatever she's going to do with all the other knuckleheads. And then she probably realized, damn, like, I fucked up with this dude that probably thinks she's lost you forever, and now you came back, and now if her mind is right, that's when she can, you know, jump back on. So then you have to start over. You know what I'm saying? It's to do that. You see what I mean? But you got to fall back, basically. That's what I'm saying, is that you got to let her know what it is and then fall back. So, Steve, what you think about that? What's your thoughts?
Well, here's my thing. I go back to what he said in the beginning. He dated her twice. And here's it kind of goes back to the first thing that we talked about. See, if I'm with you and I'm talking to you, first off, I'm not talking to you to be your gay best friend, to be the one to cuddle, to put your lights up, to drive you around or pay your bills. I'm not talking to you or texting to you because of those purposes. You're going to know that I'm interested in you from the get-go. Now, he said that they dated twice. Right. See, for me, by the second date, we're already at my place or her place, chilling, kissing, making out, messing around, and all that other stuff. Now, this guy on this hand, he was with her, dated twice, meaning that there was no substance. There was no boom. There was no excitement. There was no chemistry. There was no sexual chemistry, Mr. Lucario. It was none of that. So what happened was, I think what she did was she was kind of slowly backing up. And then when he went on Facebook and started acting like a weird-ass motherfucker, it really freaked her out all completely. But I don't think his problem is on the back end. I think it is, and it's for a lot of guys. My thing is for them, what do y'all date for? I mean, you call it a date, but you should already have that established that you know what, you know I'm interested in you. And like you said, Ms. Lucario, I'm not going to waste my time. Even a first, there won't even be a second date. Really, there wouldn't even be a first date. Matter of fact, let me back that. There wouldn't even be. There's not even going to be any type of communication if there's no interest. I'm not wasting my time. I am not going to fucking spend 3 or 4 weeks slaying the Minotaur and taking that motherfucker to the top of Mount Kilimanjaro just to get your attention. Fuck you. No, not doing that shit. Fuck that. But I think what he and a lot of guys do, Miss Lucario, is that they think this is how it's supposed to go. You know, I meet her, I play it safe, we date 3 or 4 times, and then I get to hold her hand 2 more times to get a kiss, 3 more times to get a hug, and then by that time she fucking somebody else, and then she don't want to be with me. I'm like, what the fuck did I do wrong? No, not. What do you got on that, dog? I'm not doing that shit, man. Fuck that. What you got on that, man?
Right. Nah, that's true though, man. Because like, you know, I think too is because I missed the part where he said he dated her twice and shit. But and what does that even technically mean? Like, did they go out on the date twice, or does he mean date? Because like dudes be getting confused. They be saying date when they be meaning like, oh, he was in a relationship or some shit. So I'm not even exactly sure what does he specifically mean by date. But either way, you know, like at the end of the day, it's like everything needs to be moving forward. There has to be that motion of we getting together, we doing this, and then it's going towards here. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And even how you interact with them, just in general, you know, there has to be. I don't even like to use the word formula, but there has to be like a what do they call that? An assembly. You know, like when they have an assembly line in a fucking in a company
factory,
or something, or you go to
car
like
factory. Yes.
Yeah, like you go to a factory, or you go to Subway when they make the sandwich, they take the bread and somebody else put the thing on it. So so it's the same thing when you're dealing with chicks. It's like, yo, it's an assembly line situation. It's like, yo, I give you my number, you hit me up, we set the date, we go on the date, I create that sexual tension, we fucking, and then we keep it moving. If anything in that assembly line isn't working how it's supposed to work, you feel what I'm saying? You have to double check your assembly line and say, okay, well, I got the number, I gave her the number, she fucking she hit me up, we went on the date, and while we was on the date, while I was creating the sexual tension, she was being resistant. You feel what I'm saying?
Yes.
And so now it's fucking up the assembly line. So now you say, okay, well, she's being resistant. So, and I already know I'm on point with what I'm doing. So I might have to get rid of this chick and then get some other chick on the assembly line. You feel what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, a lot of times it's really that simple. Or you might say, okay, well, I noticed that she was acting funny because I was acting funny. So let me get back on my game so I can get the assembly line back into the way it needs to be. You feel what I'm saying? So a lot of it is just really getting in that flow. Like I already have, a lot of times guys, they hit me up and they say, yo, you know, what do I do if this happens? And that's the thing. You have to already have in your arsenal what you're going to do when this occurs. So before it even occurs, you should already have what you're going to do.
Yes.
And that's what game is about. It's about strategy. It's about knowing, okay, if this girl does this, I'm gonna do this. If she says this, I'm gonna do this. You should already like have that in your situations. And the more you deal with women, the more you're gonna start to see the same sort of patterns. You're gonna start to see them acting in similar ways. You're gonna start seeing them saying similar things. So then you know, okay, when they start doing this, I'm gonna do this. When you start doing that, I'm gonna do that. You feel what I mean? And that's what it makes your game tighter. So you don't have to worry about. Because a lot of guys, they be thinking, damn, should I keep it going with this girl or should I keep it moving? And a lot of times, sometimes you might mess up the situation so much that it makes more sense to just keep it moving because you've already went down that road where she just sees you as some nerdy, weak friend. You feel what I'm saying? Or some friend zone shit. So it's kind of like done. Or what happens is that you might notice that she's so uncooperative and belligerent that it only makes sense to charge into the game. It don't make sense to try to, work on that or salvage it or whatever. So again, it all depends on you understanding your strategy and you understanding the game and knowing when to do things and when not to do things and when to make the moves and when not to make the moves. You know what I mean? So that's what it is.
Yeah, I like you said, like even with the Subway analogy, you're right. You got to. It's like they cut the bread. They give you the meat, then they ask the vegetables, and they go down the line.
Right.
You have to be prepared for battle.
Right.
You have to. You have to. Okay, you already know. Okay, all right. So what? Y'all exchange information. Now is the time to say, okay, where do I want this thing to end? But how am I gonna go about? What are the necessary steps that I'm gonna do to get to what I want? How many dates am I gonna like? What do I want to accomplish on the first date? What do I want to accomplish the first week we're talking? What do I want to accomplish the second date? and then give yourself a cutoff time. If by the second date we're not where I want to be, which is X or wherever you want it to be, then you got to let her go. But for those guys who are unrealistic now for you guys, because there's a lot of guys with Lucario will be under this impression that, well, because I have no game, I'm scared, I live in fear, no confidence. Even though I got this date, man, I want to get that pussy the first or second date. No, you are going beyond your you are going above your pay grade. Look, the water's only going to receipt to your level. So if your level is really low, then you're going to do more work than the guy that's putting more in. The guy that has the bad boy membership is going to have the advantage over you. The man mindset guy is going to have the advantage over you because they have a Lucario on one end and a Steve the D. Williams on the other end, where you might have nobody but yourself again. So you got to do that much more work than the next man. So I just think that he screwed this up and he ain't gonna get it back. But we'll move on. But again, guys, if y'all want to call in, the number is 515-605-9373. That's 515-605-9373. Press 1. We'd love to have you in. Also, don't forget, we talked about Thursday. We're going to be doing a special show. Not Friday, but mark your calendars. We'll be doing this Thursday, 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll keep letting you know that. All right, Ms. Lucario, you up, man. What's the email you got, fam?
All right, cool. So this one is it's a little bit longer, but we're going to get through it. All right, so this one says, I'm 33 years old, and I've been out of the dating game for 4 years now. Since then, the only type of women I run into are those who want to sleep with me. I'm at the point of my life I want something more permanent. It's been a week since I began dating a 29-year-old Nigerian mother of 2. She works and goes to school. The children's father is still in the picture to care and provide for them. She claims she wants an honest and progressive relationship after dealing with men who only want to sleep with her. On our first date, she met me halfway to a restaurant. I believe the restaurant setup lacked intimacy for couples. We both had to share seating with 6 others, and our attention was more captivated on what the chef was doing than each other. It seems like both of us were fishing for things to talk about. It has been difficult to gauge her interest in me. Since then, I was the one initiating calls. I've also began to wait several days before talking again. Each time I call and talk to her, I extended the no contact for one more day, not to punish, but to gauge her interest in me. I usually don't date women with more than one child, but now I'm older. I believe my standards were too high. I find her attractive and interesting to know on a deep level. I know I'm supposed to feel something in myself. All I know is I have to practice. Don't think that it will be enough. What's your advice on this? All right. So what do you think?
All right. I got 3 points here. Yeah, there are 3 points. Okay. Now you're sitting around saying that you want women. You meet women that want to sleep with you. Oh, boo hoo, boo hoo, boo hoo, boo hoo. Okay. All right. So you have women that want to sleep with you. Okay. Listen, I don't care if they want to sleep with you. They want to suck your dick or swallow your nut or whatever. It doesn't matter. As a man, you have to be able to lead. And I'm seeing there's no leadership in any of these things. I'm going to use these two. I wrote a few points down. First off, I don't care what the woman wants. It's what I want. And what I want, I'm going to guide her to what I want. If I don't want to sleep with her right off the bat and I want to get to know her, then I'm going to let her know that, yes, I am sexually attracted to you. And yes, I want to be with you, but I want to get to know you better. Doesn't make you weak to say that, but you got to let her know what is and not what could be. Let's go to the next point. The next point is, it sounded like he went to like a place called Benihana, where you have to, the chefs be like, ting, 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 and and flipping fucking fruit and shrimp and all the other shit. Now, this is my next problem I have with him. I don't care if it's at Benihana or it's at an amusement park or a fair or in a crowded place. When I'm with a woman, I'm going to do everything I can to make her feel like she is the only woman in the room. And that means I don't give a fuck if Mr. Lucario's next to me. That's my dog. I'll still throw elbows at his ass and fuck with him. I don't care who's around me. I'm going to pay attention to that woman. I'm going to give her great eye contact. I'm going to let her know I'm into her. I'm going to enjoy the Benihana experience, but I'm also going to talk to her. I'm going to whisper. I'm going to engage. We're going to have a great, she's going to know, not only she going to know, everybody around us is going to know that, you know what, I'm trying to get at you. That's my next problem. The last problem I have is the fact that he's trying to punish her for not telling him that she's interested in him, when I feel like he's never put his cards down in the first place to find out if there's any interest anyway. He's sitting there,
right.
He's sitting there calling her and punishing her for a day because she's not showing it. Again, guys, I'm not saying, look, there's a lot of guys out there who feel that women should just throw themselves at the guy. Why as a man do I have to do all the work? And 713, we'll bring you in 1 second. Why do I have to do all the work, Mr. Lucario? Why is it always me have to do all the work? Look, I'm not here to answer why you have to do all the work. I'm just saying if you don't do the work, if you won't, somebody else will. And the fact that he's doing that,
right,
sitting there, Miss Lucario, punishing her because he didn't put his bid in, and he's expecting her to read his mind so she can say, oh, yeah, I like you. And I mean, no, it don't work that way. As a man, again, Miss Lucario, before I throw it to you, you got to be in control of every aspect of your life, meaning every part of your relationship where you're running things. You're in control. Don't let the woman control it, because women can go slow, they can go fast, they're emotional wrecks. Their minds all over the place, and sometimes they're not even thinking about long-term or relationship at that mind. You know why? Maybe they're thinking about her cat, or maybe she's thinking about the soap opera. Or maybe her mom is not feeling well. She got shit on her mind. You need to lead her ass. Now, we do have a phone call, Mr. Lucario, 713. So do you want to go next, or do you want to take the phone call?
Nah, yeah, let's take the phone call real quick.
All right, we're going to take the phone call, and then Miss Lucario is going to answer that email as well. Again, guys, if y'all want to call in, the number is 515-605-9373. That's 515-605-9373. Let's bring the first one in.
Cut that bitch off!
Area code 713. You're on the dating hour with Mr. Lucario and Steve the Dean Williams. What's your name? Where you calling from? And what's your question?
Hey, yeah, it's Eric. I'm calling from Houston. Hey, I don't have no question. I'm going to tell you I got a good news. I want to climb on your actually, I'm a client of you, and I got good news. I got this girl number, right? And I ain't going the first note. I went on the second note, and I gave her my number. But she ain't called me yet. So I want to tell you your product is working.
Oh, okay. Okay. But you don't have a question?
No. I was calling to let you know, I had good news and let you know your product working. I appreciate it.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, thank you. Okay. Well, thanks, 713. Appreciate that. Well, all right, cool, man. We'll throw you back in the queue.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Appreciate it.
All right, thank you, man. We'll throw you back in the queue. All right.
Hey,
oh, wait, hold on. I'm sorry. Wait, where we go? I'm sorry. What'd you say, 713? Go ahead, sir.
Nah, I'm just letting you know I'm enjoying y'all's show on top of that. You know, I'm enjoying your show, I'm enjoying your product and everything else, and I'm keeping the ball rolling.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, there you go. Bad boy membership.
And I'm listening to you. You ain't lying. You ain't lying. I'm listening to you because every woman is like a roller coaster ride. You have to guide them and lead them. You gotta let your hands, let their mind guide your hands. You tell them, and I'm gonna point them to the right direction, to the end of the step. They're gonna tell me which way to go.
Okay. Well, Mr. Carr, you got anything on that?
Yeah, what's up? Nah, I agree with him on that. You definitely got to lead these chicks. That's how it happens. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's tough. Okay. It's good that
but
a
lot of guys they
don't.
Right. A lot of guys they don't take the time to know themselves first. They so anxious. Man, give yourself some time. Then you'll be ready when you step to the female. You have something to say, and sometimes they can teach you some things a little bit. You can take on your own personality. They should let your personality just ride.
Right. Nah,
just ride with it, man. I'm loving it now. I got another female. Me and her just talking on some dirty talk, some some wild dirty talk, and I add my little spice on to it too, with the man mindset, and we get a little spicy, and she like it, but we just gotta set up a date.
Okay. All right. Well,
I told her, do she got an extra tongue? Do she got an extra tongue with the room inside her mouth? Or an extra tongue?
All right, well, thanks, man. We'll throw you back in the queue.
Hey, good chopping up, y'all.
All right,
put up with y'all. Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Y'all have a good weekend.
You too. Have a good weekend. 515-605-9373 is the number. Press 1 if you have a question. Miss Lucario, you have the floor, sir.
It's hilarious. Okay, so let me get back to this email with the dude trying to wife up this Nigerian mother of 2. Okay,
yes.
So
yes,
this is the thing I want to say. That's interesting is that what I feel like he's doing also, because he's saying, hey, I don't have no problem sleeping with these girls. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is that I feel like he doesn't know how to cultivate a situation where he gets a woman who is, emotionally attached to him. You feel what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because my thing is, if you're sleeping with all of these girls, why aren't some of these women trying to get back at you? You feel what I'm saying? Like, what are you doing in these situations where all these girls, right? You see what I'm saying? Like, because the thing is, it's not hard for generally for a guy to get a woman interested in a relationship. You see what I mean? It's like it's the thing is more so getting the guy from point A to point B to sex. But as sex is happening, usually if you have sex with a girl, once, sometimes there's times where, it's just a one night stand. There's times that a girl might have a boyfriend to cheat on them or whatever, so you ain't gonna get whatever. But a lot of times when you have sex with a chick and she's feeling you, she wouldn't mind doing it again. You know what I'm saying? So if you do it, if you like her and you want to do it again, you can do it again. And then actually doing that, you do it again, you do it one more time, you keep it going. And that's usually how the relationship forms, because it's just a girl you kept fucking and she's kept liking you, and then y'all ended up just staying together. You see what I mean? So yes. My thing is with this guy is that there might be something on that on with the sex game that's not popping, to where all these girls he's sleeping with ain't nothing going on. Also, too, is that I feel like he's treating the Nigerian mother of 2, and I keep saying that because I'm like, dude, you trying to wipe this chick up when you got all these other chicks on. But anyway, he's treating this woman. He's like, right. It seems like he's putting her more on a pedestal, because I feel like he's putting so much pressure on the situation, because he's trying hard to get into a relationship. You feel what I'm saying?
Yes.
So now, as a result of putting that chick on a pedestal and putting so much pressure on it, I think that is a thing that's fucking up the situation within itself, because now he's making her so much more important in the situation than it needs to be. And then that can be the thing that's basically not making her really be attracted to him. Because just like you said before, it's like, look, it's not about what she wants, it's about what I want. So when a guy understands that, and he understands that a woman's supposed to be following his program, you see what I mean?
Yes.
Then that makes her more attracted to him, versus a guy sort of doing things for the girl or because of the girl, or thinking because I should do this in order to make her like me. That's the thing that repels women, and they can feel that. They can see that. They can see that you're trying to do everything in your power to make her like you, versus being the man and being who you are and having her follow your program. You see what I mean?
Yes.
So I think within this girl right here that he's dealing with, he needs to understand like that aspect. He just needs to basically, make it to a situation where just like, he's cool, he's chilling, he's, hanging out with her, having a good time, because he's saying in his email, he's like, yo, we went to this place and I felt like it wasn't a place to have a intimate setting so that I could get all romantic with her. And it's just like, dude, you're doing way too much in order to get this girl to be in a relationship with you. I tell guys all the time, if you want a relationship with a chick, all you need to do is keep hooking up with her, keep seeing her, hooking up with her some more, keep seeing her, hooking up with her some more, and then one day she's going to be like, what does this all mean? And I feel like we need to take our thing to the next level. And then at that point, if you want to, keep her around, and he's like, all right, I'll make you my girl. And it's that simple. But his problem again is like, yo, how you sleeping with all these girls and none of them ain't trying to get back at you? You see what I'm saying? So I think he needs to work on that sex game, and then also, stop trying to put the situation on a pedestal or do something else extra to try to get a relationship out of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
That's my take on it.
All right, well, we have a phone call. All right, guys, y'all want to call in again? 515-605-9373. Press 1. We'll bring you in. Let's bring the caller in. Here we go.
Hey, you guys! Cut that bitch out!
Area code 502, sir. What's your name? Where you calling from? And what's your question?
Hey, Steve. It's Alonzo.
Okay, hey.
What's
going on, man?
Lucario?
What's going on? What's going on?
First of all, I want to say your Dirty Talk product works like magic. I called some. I got hopped on the chat line, and I got this 28-year-old woman on there, and this is my first time trying it, so I almost got her off, but I got interrupted. So, and she also I was kind of going at her pace. Should I go at my pace or hers? I can't really hear you.
Well, remember, you're leading, so you go at your pace. Remember, everything we always talk and teach you guys is always is going to be at your pace. Everything should be at your pace. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but did you have?
Yeah, because
Go ahead. I'm listening.
No, I was going to say. Go ahead,
Mr.
I was going to say this too, real quick. Is that I was going to say that her pace basically should be your pace, meaning that when you're out there saying what you're saying, her reaction to what you're saying is basically her reacting to your pace. You see what I'm saying? So let's say if she's let's say if she's like going forward with it, she's going forward with it based off what you're saying. But let's say if there's a little bit of resistance or she's feeling embarrassed or whatever, she's feeling that way as a reaction to what you're saying. So if you notice that she is, being a little resistant or feeling embarrassed, right? It's not that you would be backing up because of her or whatever. It's more so you're adjusting your game to the situation, but it's still you leading the situation. You see what I'm saying? So it's still always at your pace. You see what I mean? So I just wanted to throw that in there.
Yeah, it was pretty much like that. I wasn't expecting her to get turned on so quickly.
Yeah, but I
was trying to slow it down a little bit.
Wait, 502. What is the warning I tell you? What did I tell you? If you guys fuck around and go on the Man Mindset chat line, you don't have to worry about buying dinners or drinks. You're going to be dealing with very, very aggressive women that's going to know what they want, and they're not going to bullshit about it. And if you're going to talk that good game on the front end, they expect you to be able to handle them. Remember, a wild animal, wild horse, wild whatever, will always maintain wildness until it is controlled. You have to be able to control. Like you said that, like Miss Lucario, he says that, she was wild. I had to slow her down. No. You got to control her. Don't slow her down. Control the environment. Control her. Use what you know to guide her through that story where she's playing with herself. Miss Lucario, what do you got on that, man?
I agree. It's the same thing. Look at it like any other conversation you would have with a woman. Let's say you're just talking to a girl in the street and you're just going back and forth, and you get in a situation where you either giving her your number or you getting her number or whatever it is. When you're having a conversation, you're controlling the direction of the conversation in order to get what you want. You see what I mean? So it's not necessarily about you worrying about her and how she's reacting and everything. Is that you're orchestrating the situation, you're controlling the direction of the situation so that, everybody involved has a good time. Because this is the thing I always tell guys, a woman, she's looking for you to basically manage the situation so that she can get what she wants. You understand what I'm saying? Like a woman, she wants to talk dirty. She wants to get fucked. She wants all these things. But see, if you as a man don't know how to lead, and if you don't know how to, maneuver in that situation and control the situation, then that's not going to happen, because women, they are dictated by their emotions and all this other stuff. So if you know how to lead the situation in a way where, she's going to feel those emotions and get all sexual and get turned on, she's going to enjoy that, and she's enjoying that based off of your leadership in the situation. You see what I mean? Mm-hmm. So you always got to remember that it's you orchestrating and controlling the situation in order to get from point A to point B. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but 502, remember, it's not just the dirty talk; it's everything. You, like Miss Lucario said, man.
Yeah.
You gotta entice them. Like, for instance, for a lot of you guys, even going back to dating, you're like, well, let's go out to a date, and that's it. Where's the enticing moment? Where is, why don't we do this? Why don't you throw something sexy on? We'll have a fabulous meal. Or we'll go get some, I know a great ice cream place that you'll love. You'll enjoy it. The ice cream is perfect. The way they make it. I mean, just be more descriptive. You guys have, that's one of y'all things that y'all lacking, being descriptive in every phase with these women. The more descriptive you are, just like with those women on that chat line, the more descriptive you are, the more they're ready to listen and follow you, because the descriptions are the things that's going to make her touch herself, not the basics. So like Ms. Lucario said, drive, guide, and use descriptive sentences that describes more of the, let her see, feel, think. Let her know how let her feel everything. But if you can do that, even with the date, she'll be more apt to want to do that and have sex with you, or if it's at that time, if permitted. Lucario, what you got on that, man?
No, I agree. You know what I'm saying? Like, because even you got to think about it. Like, even think about, because I've been in situations like this where I'll be with a chick or whatever, some chick I just met, and we talking or whatever, and we might be making out, and she might say some shit to me like, oh, I want to suck your dick right now. Like, I wish I could suck your dick right now. Like, and I'm instantly hard just by her saying that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because of the situation we're in, and she's saying the shit, and I'm thinking it, and it's just like, okay, that's what's up. You know what I mean? So it's the same thing on her end. See, guys got to remember, like women love dick, yo. Like, I think dudes be forgetting this shit. Like, women love that shit. So it's like they like to have sex. So the thing is that, you got to be comfortable enough and bold enough to say the things that you want to say to her. You know what I'm saying? And so, don't think that you're going to scare her off, or she's going to, act, because sometimes they'll even act like they're scared or they're offended or whatever in a lot of cases, because it's a reflex. Like, sometimes if you start talking dirty to a chick just off the bat, off a reflex, she might say, oh, well, that's crazy, and how could you be saying this stuff to me, just off a reflex, because that's how she's been trained to respond. But subconsciously, she's loving all of that shit, and then that's what's going to, make her really warm up to it. Sometimes you get girls who are just straight, like, into it from the jump. Then you got the ones that got to sort of warm up to it because they got to get past their conditioning. You see what I mean? And so you as a man,
and that's how she was. She was into it from the jump.
Yeah.
Right.
And you know what it threw you off?
Right.
And you know what's funny, Ms. Carr, I think 502 what threw you off is that, again, you've been so used to doing the basic of taking her out, asking her out, doing the dinner, pandering, all that. Then all of a sudden, like I told you, see, y'all don't believe when I tell you, when you go on that chat line, they're not bullshitting. They are going to be aggressive. And y'all guys be like, you know what they do in the car? They be like, yeah, fuck you, Steve. It ain't like that. Them women ain't gonna be. Then she like, yeah, nigga, I want you to play with my pussy. What you gonna say? I'm playing my pussy right now. Make me get off. And like, damn. What do I do now? Oh shit. Oh shit. So it throws you off your game. But 502, like I always say, you got to be prepared. Okay, man. So is that all you had? Do you have any other questions or anything?
No, I think I was pretty ready. I was a little bit nervous, but I was going ahead anyways. I got interrupted, and she was feeling it, and she was touching herself and shit. But yeah, I got interrupted, and I don't know what would have happened if I wouldn't have got cut off. But
Yeah.
I think I thought I had it locked down pretty good.
Well, hey, go back in, practice, get some more, okay, big dog?
Oh, definitely.
Okay, well, all right, thank you, man. We'll throw you back in the queue, and man, we appreciate you, man. If y'all got any other questions, press 1.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all's advice.
We got you, man.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. Keep doing your thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that product, it works. Everybody who's listening, Dirty Talk, it works like a charm. First time I tried it, it worked.
I told you, your boy Steve's a bad motherfucker, man. All right, man, we'll throw you back in, dog. All right, guys, y'all want to call in 515-605-9373 is the number. Press 1. Now, Ms. Lucario, let me go ahead and read this email. Guys, we only have 9 more minutes left for Ms. Lucario, so we're going to try to get all this in. Make sure if y'all want to call in now because you only got 9 minutes of Mr. Lucario. So if y'all got some questions, press 1. We'd love to hear from you. Now, Mr. Lucario, let me read this one. I guess this might be our last email anyway. So I'm still a newbie, and I was wondering how to deal with flakes. It doesn't matter if the flakes on me on purpose or not. For example, I called this girl to meet up for some ice cream, but she had to get ready for work. She's not lying about it. So that flake wasn't on purpose. How do I deal with that? And also, how do I deal with real flakes? I don't want to hit up my girl, I guess, a second time looking like a needy guy. For example, he said, that is a quick text. He said, "Me, are you down for ice cream?" She says, "No, I have blah, blah, blah the next day." He's like, "Hey, are you down for blah, blah, blah?" And then she says, "I have something to do the next day." Me, "Hey, I'm going to meet up with a friend at blank. Do you want to join her?" Blah, blah, blah. You see the pattern? How do I avoid that? I had some feedback, and people told me to work on my texting game. I really hate texting game. If I really do have to learn it, how do I learn it? So it's a few things here, Mr. Lucario. What you got on that, fam?
Right.
Right. Well, see, when it comes to flaking, man, you know, it's an interesting subject because you dealing with the girl all depends on, like, you know, a few things. Like, you know, the reason she flaked, is this the first time she flaked? You know what I mean? Like certain things like that. Like you need to understand those things. What I noticed is, like, in the email he's saying, hey, you know, he's asking her, hey, let's do this. And then she's like, oh, I can't because of this, or oh, let's do this, or something came up, blah, blah, blah. And what I usually tell guys when it comes to flaking is that you need to see if a woman is giving you an alternative day to get together. You understand? So it's one thing if a girl says, hey, I'm sorry, I can't make it. And this is the first time she's flaking. If she's like, hey, I'm sorry, I can't make it. Can we meet on Tuesday instead? You understand? She's giving you an alternative day, which shows interest. But if a girl texts you and she says, hey, you know, I can't make it, period, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? That's showing no interest. So that girl, you might want to charge her to the game. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
But if a girl is giving you an alternative day, then you can try to make it happen with that alternative day. But that's only if she flakes once. And but she flakes more than once, that second time you need to get rid of her because that's showing low interest. Because a woman, when she really, really, really is feeling you, she's not going to flake. You understand? She's going to try to make that shit happen. She's going to find a way to make it happen. And if something comes up where she totally can't make it happen that day, she's going to try to find another day to get with you. And she's going to tell you, hey, can we do this another day? I'm sorry, something came up or whatever. But if you keep getting flaked on, if the girl keeps, you know, making excuses 2-3 times or she doesn't give you an alternative day, that means that there's no interest, and that means you just need to keep that shit moving. So, you know, but Steve, what's your thoughts on that shit?
I think she should have flaked on him. I get first off, you 1,000 what you saying. But I see why she should flake. Where is the flirtation? Well, I mean, where is the flirtatious bad boy membership guy that say, "What's up, baby girl? How you doing, baby? What's going on? Hey, check this out, baby. Why don't we do this? You know, it's kind of I know it's kind of hot outside, so why don't we do this? Why don't you go ahead and let me know what you're doing later on? I know you had a long day at work, so why don't we do this? Why don't you relax? Why don't we get together? Why don't we go get some ice cream or something after you eat? Just something light and nothing heavy. We sit, relax, give me an opportunity to talk, look at those beautiful eyes, hold those soft hands, and really get to know you like I want to get to know you, I mean, hey, look, it could be strawberry, vanilla. I don't care what it is. I just want to spend some time with you. Now, compared to, hey, you down for some ice cream? I mean, what the fuck is that? What the fuck is that shit, Mr. Carr? Are you, what did he say? Hey, no. Hey, look, hey. Are you down? Are you down for? What the fuck is this? Look, this is not Scarface or not some gangster movie where you gotta say, guys, you gotta show these women that if she gives you her time, that she's not going to waste her time. And
right.
I feel like Mr. Lucario, he is his worst enemy because even in his texting, he is not getting a point across to letting her know, wow, I'm the fun, exciting guy. I'm the one that told you if you want to get away from it all, call me. I'm the one who told you if you want to have fun, call me. I'm the one that told you all this stuff, but yet when you're giving me the opportunity, I'm not showing you anything that's fun or exciting. I'm being very vanilla, very generic, and very boring. And I think, Ms. Lucario, women don't like that kind of stuff. They have too many guys after them to be bored. And I think when you do this, Ms. Lucario, she's not going to want to spend time. Think about this. Hold on. I'm going to throw it to you, Mr. Carr, real quick because I know you got to go. But what I'm saying is if he's like this and then she has an option between you and, hey, are you down for blah, blah, blah? She's like, fuck no. Why would I want to do blah, blah, blah when Miss Lucario has already, look, just talking about Miss Lucario make my panties slide off my legs. I get so wet. I mean, he's just excitement.
Right.
He's this. And, oh, my God, I've been thinking about him all the time. And so why does she want to give up a Lucario for a nobody? What do you got on that, Miss Lucario?
Right. No, that's a good point, though. That is an excellent point because, again, guys got to understand that you ain't the only one dealing with the chick. You feel what I'm saying? And so she has to, make a decision. You know what I mean? It's the same way, flip it around. If you had two girls and one is saying, yo, come over to my house right now, fuck the shit out of me. And the other girl is saying, oh, I'm not sure if I can see you today. I don't know, maybe. You're like, fuck this other chick. I'm going to smash the chick that's ready to get fucked. It's the same thing where the chick, where she's dealing with a guy, she's going to go with the guy who is showing that he is the top dude. Like, he's the most interesting. He's the guy that got shit going on. So, you gotta basically be that dude. You feel what I'm saying? And then, and that's too is a thing that sometimes can eliminate the flakiness. You feel what I'm saying? Because a lot of times what happens, the reason why you get flaked on is because she is comparing you literally at the same time with other dudes. So she's talking to 3 dudes, and she promised all 3 of y'all she's going to see y'all a certain day, and she's going to pick the best dude. That's how they do it. You feel what I'm saying?
Options.
And then so she's going to end up flaking on the other 2 guys. You feel what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Options.
So that's how it goes, man.
Oh, yeah. All right. Well, Miss Lucario, we got like 2 minutes to go, so why don't you go ahead and give them your information, badboymembership.com, but I'm going to shut him, let him do it. But no, why don't you go ahead and give them your information and let them know what you got going on, because you do have a show on Fridays as well. So go ahead. So you got the floor.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so every Fridays from 3 to 5:30 p.m., check out my live YouTube show. Make sure you subscribe to me. Go to Lucario Fan on YouTube, subscribe so you can get the notification for the show. Also, make sure you go to badboymembership.com and join the Bad Boy membership, where you get 45 through 90-minute audio and video dating advice tutorials every month. All right? So that is it. I'm out of here, people.
All right. And don't forget, Thursday, we're going to do a special show next Thursday, a special show Thursday, guys. So just make sure for that, okay? But again, Mr. Lucario, I just want to say thank you, man. Much love to you, man, and we will see you on Thursday, okay, big dog?
Definitely. Appreciate it, yo.
All right, appreciate you, man. All right, guys.